Hello. Hello. Hi. Hello, hello, hello. Hi there, hi there. I gotta pay attention to two things here right now. I've got Facebook Live there, and I got my YouTube Live here. Hey Google, volume down. Hi guys, hello, hello, hello. My name is Evelyn, and this is Evelyn's Kitchen. So I'm sorry if I'm going back. I should probably put it the same direction, but we're here. It's been a little bit since I've done something here. I am in my kitchen. This is my first YouTube. You guys on Facebook, I have Best of Both Worlds Cookbook on YouTube. All right. We are making dirty rice. Now there's different versions of making. I've only made it a handful of time. So we are going to make some dirty rice. We're actually making it with ground beef. You can make it with pork or ground beef. I'm making it with ground beef. Normally people add chicken liver. I don't care for it too much, and my family doesn't either. So I'm not adding the chicken liver, but we are going to have the ground beef, and I am going to fry some bacon with my ground beef. I'm going to give it that little pork flavor in there. We have celery. It also entails having green peppers or red bell peppers. I am actually not putting the peppers this time. I am making tomato. I have the celery. I have some onions. Okay. And I'm already cooking my rice. Some people cook the rice along with it. I'm actually cooking the rice ahead of time, so I have it in the pot there. And excuse my voice because so excuse me. So what we have for seasoning is we have salt, we have pepper. You can use Cajun. I don't have any, so I'm using something else. I'm actually going to use a little bit of my Old Bay seasoning. Yes, Old Bay seasoning. You can't go wrong with that. Okay. And I have some garlic salt. Okay. I also have some garlic powder, or you can use minced garlic, guys. Okay. I have some black pepper. Okay. We have some regular salt and a little bit of paprika. Like I said, there's different versions of making this. I've made this like a handful of it. I have a little bit of lemon juice. Okay. And to give it that little tangy flavor, I also use a little bit of Italian dressing. Yes, Italian dressing, believe it or not. Okay. So we are making, again, dirty rice. So the main thing is you have your ground beef. I'm using, this is 2 pounds of 2 pounds of ground beef. I'm actually going to use only 1 pound. So you need 1 pound of ground beef. If you're using chicken liver, you need about half a pound of chicken liver, or you can use the ground pork. Okay. Again, I cooked 2 cups of rice, which I have cooking here. I cook my rice ahead of time, and then I'm going to mix it with the meat. There's different versions of doing that. But then again, like I said, there's different ways of doing that. So the first thing we're doing, I have here actually like maybe a cup of bacon. I've cut up some bacon over here that I've cut up here. Okay. So we're going to start frying our bacon. So again, like I said, this is my first time using this, using my YouTube channel. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add our bacon to our pan. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fry up my bacon, and I'm going to be adding my ground beef to my bacon. Okay. So I'm going to turn my little camera here. Again, like I said, I'm on live with Facebook, and I'm on live with the YouTube. The YouTube I have set up on my computer because until I get 1,000 subscribers, they won't let me do any live on my phone. So if you're watching this, do me a favor, please subscribe to my channel. It's called Best of Both Worlds Cookbook. I am in the process of actually writing a cookbook. I am originally from West Africa. I was born in Senegal. I've been here since 1976, so I've been here about 30 years now. My family is from Africa. My mom Portuguese, Cape Verdean. I've got all these cultures in me, so I'm actually coming together and I am putting it in a cookbook. It's called The Best of Both Worlds because I am Senegalese, which is West African, and I am Cape Verdean, which is my mom's side. So combining it together, I am going to write a cookbook with both recipes and some of the recipes I've developed. I've got over 100 recipes in my head that I finally decided that I'm going to put on paper. I was supposed to write this cookbook last year, but life got in the way as anything. So I am in the process of doing that. I appreciate you guys coming on here and watching. I really, really do. And like I said, I am Evelyn with Best of Both Worlds Cookbook in the Making. So the first thing we're doing is, if you could see this, I'm going to turn this around, guys. Let's see here. All right, here we go. So I'm going to turn this around, guys, so you guys can see this. All right. So what we're doing right now is I am frying my bacon because we're going to be cooking our ground beef and our bacon. I have my rice that's cooking right now. So the first step, like I said, you don't have to do it exactly like this, but this is my version. Everybody has their own version of making it. So if you could see here, we have some bacon cooking. I'm using my wok pan, guys. I love to cook with my wok, Chinese wok for stir fry. It is really good in cooking things, okay? So as I said, I have all of my seasonings here. I have my ground beef, so my bacon is cooking right now. And let's see here. Just want to say again, thanks for watching. If you're watching this on a replay, do me a favor and share, subscribe below or above. I don't know where it is, but this is one of my first and many more YouTube videos, cooking videos. I've been doing it on Facebook Live for a minute, and I've been having some success with some, likes on my page. I did a video about maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and I had about 9,000 views on that. So some folks said, why don't you go ahead and try YouTube and see, what happens. So I am trying to get my, cookbook and all that stuff done. So here we are. Welcome to my kitchen. I am using a computer and I love this, the space of this. But again, we have the live on Facebook. Hey, Facebook and YouTube. Okay. So what I'm doing right now is I am refrying my bacon in my pan. Okay. Once your bacon has cooked a little bit, we're going to go ahead and add our ground beef. This is going to give your dirty rice that kind of that pork flavor that you're looking for, since we're not using ground pork, okay? So as you see here, as I said, and Facebook world, please go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. I know this phone is like all the way down here. You guys can see this. Here we go. All right. So what we're doing here, like I said, the rice is cooking, and I am going to go ahead and add my ground beef. Okay. So I have here, I am adding, I'm not using all of this. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and add, this is 2 pounds of ground beef. So I am adding 1 pound of the ground beef there. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and add that. I added it to my bacon, and I'm cooking it along with my bacon. How's everybody doing? I know it's Saturday night, late night. I had this ground beef here, and I needed to cook it because it was sitting in the refrigerator. So you have your heat on high, and let me show you what's going on here. See right there? We have our ground beef and our bacon, and we're cooking it together, okay? So I've added my ground beef to my bacon, okay? And what you want to do is you want to make sure that your beef gets cooked really well, okay? So to my ground beef, we're adding, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. See right there? We cooks do that sprinkle stuff and that measurement by the hand, okay? Let's see here. And then we're going to go ahead and add some black pepper. So black pepper, I would say about 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, okay? I have some paprika here, and I'm going to add a sprinkle. You guys know a sprinkle, Here we go with the sprinkle. You can either add minced garlic. I'm adding about 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, guys. All right, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. I also have my garlic salt. Be careful with the garlic salt because it's got salt on it. Here we go. And then I am gonna go ahead and add my Old Bay. Like I said, you usually normally either use Cajun seasoning or, like I said, I have my own seasonings that I do. So I'm adding about a quarter of a teaspoon of Old Bay to my ground beef. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We are seasoning our beef. I also have some soul food seasoning. Can you see right there? Soul food seasoning. Right there, right there, right there. See right there? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add about, I would say, quarter of a teaspoon soul food seasoning. All right. So we're going to go ahead and mix this together. You want to make sure your ground beef cooks really well. So you definitely want this to cook. Looks like the black pepper wants to get me sneezy. Hold on. Ooh, wait. All right. So, better safety. All right. So, as I said, we are dirty rice. I know it's late night, and I had to make this. So, hope everybody is doing good. I know the game is on. Everybody's watching the game. So, do me a favor. If you're watching this on replay later, please share. Best of Both Worlds is my Best of Both Worlds Cookbook is my YouTube channel, and Best of Both Worlds is my Facebook. Best of Both Worlds. All right. So as I said, we have our ground beef cooking. So as our ground beef is cooking, we got it on high heat there. You don't want it to burn. So medium to high heat. While that's cooking, we are going to go ahead and add. Let's see here. I'm gonna see if I can turn this over. Turn off the camera over here. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut our vegetable here. If you can see this, let's see here. There we go. So what we're doing here, all right, here we go. So what you wanna do is I have about 3 stalks of celery, all right? And what you wanna do is you're gonna take your celery and you're gonna cut it in half. You want it to be kind of thin. You don't want it to be too thick. You don't want to be too thin either, but we're going to be celery and our onions and all of that. So we're going to go ahead and see how we have our stock of celery. I'm going to go ahead and you want to cut it in small pieces, and this is what I'm doing. I am cutting this in small pieces. Again, you can add some red peppers to this. And we're going to go ahead and add some onions, some garlic. I already put the garlic powder. All right, let's see. I don't want my ground beef to burn, so I'm going to put this on a little bit lower. Our bacon is cooking with the ground beef. Guys, I'm telling you, yum, yum, yum. You could see this, all right? You might not be seeing us because I've got the computer right here, but we're gonna go ahead and cut this. You wanna go ahead, let me see here. I'm trying to position so you guys can see this stuff. You're gonna go ahead and cut your celery. So celery wise, for about a pound of ground beef, we want an equivalent about 1 cup of celery, okay? So I am gonna go ahead and push that to the side, all right? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and cut up my onion. You wanna mince the onion, you know, dice the onion very, very small. As you see here, this is what I'm doing, okay? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing good. I know everybody's watching this game. I figure, well, you know what? I haven't had a chance to really get in my kitchen and do some cooking. So here we are. And I want to go ahead and share and then test this YouTube out and see how that goes, you know? I will be doing more YouTube videos because I really want to get my name out there as far as my enjoyment of cooking. I love to cook. You guys, I've been cooking since I was about the age of 12, 13. I've cooked throughout the years. And as I say, my cooking abilities are mom and pop university. I learned how to cook from my mom. I learned how to cook from my dad. And throughout the years, I've been cooking, okay? Now, here's something different that most folks may not put in their rice. I put this at the end. So I am cutting about half of a tomato, half of a medium-sized tomato, and I'm going to be adding that at the end, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and mince that, and I'm gonna leave that to the side. This onion's got me crying over here. As you see here, so we've got our onions, our celery. I've got a little bit of parsley right here, I'm going to go ahead and add some parsley to that. If you have time, add a little bit of thyme to that. So there's, like I said, there's so many versions of doing this, and I better not look away so I don't cut my fingers, guys. But here we go. So I've got some celery cut up here. Some celery, some parsley, some tomatoes, some onions. Okay. Let's check on our ground beef. Okay. So let's turn this around. I am going to go ahead and turn this around so you guys can see what's going on. Let's see. All right. So to this, I am adding a little bit of olive oil. Okay. So I am going to go ahead and add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So we've got our olive oil, our bacon. Let me turn this computer over, and I apologize for, so we see what's going on here. So we've got our ground beef. See right there? Look at that. You've got your ground beef. You've got your bacon. You've got a little bit of olive oil. Check it out. Look at that. So you make sure your beef is cooked. So at this point, our ground beef has been cooking for a minute. My rice has been cooking. All right. My rice is cooked. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that over and move this over to the side. Okay. So our next thing is, what you can do is, once you fried your ground beef or your pork, you would add your chicken livers. Okay. So what we're going to do now is I am going to go ahead and remove my meat to the side. I'm going to go ahead and put this on a plate. Okay. And then I'm going to return my pan back to the stove. Okay. And what I'm going to add is, you can add vegetable oil if you like. I like cooking with olive oil, guys. So I am adding about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. See right there? 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And then now what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and put your vegetables. So if you have the green peppers, I have the onions and the celery, so I'm going to go ahead and add, okay? I'm going to go ahead and add my celery and my onions. If you have the red bell peppers, you can go ahead and add it. What I'm going to do also is I'm going to go ahead and add my parsley, okay? So in our pan, everything but the tomato, okay? So as you see here, look at that. This is what we've got. So you have your onion, you have your celery, and if you have the peppers, you would add that. And I've added some parsley, okay? So like I said, this is my version of the, let's put this up a little bit, the dirty rice, okay? If you have chicken broth, you need about 1 cup of chicken broth. Now, with myself, I probably did not get the chicken broth, so I am going to go ahead and add. All right, I have a little bit of that. Give me 1 second, guys. I will be right there. I'm going to manage to get some. I actually do have a little bit of chicken broth that I can get from this container I had. Hold on 1 second. All right. So you want to add 1 cup of chicken broth, okay? So I had some chicken broth actually. So you want to add 1 cup of chicken broth, which I have here. All right. Again, like I said, this is where you're going to get that flavor from and the sauce. And I'm telling you, when you add that bacon and get that little pork flavor, yum, 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 okay? So as you see here, we're frying our onion and our celery. You guys see that? Here we go. You're frying your onion and your celery, and you want to fry it till it fries up a little bit. You don't want to overcook it too much, but you want to make sure it's cooked. Because what's going to happen here, guys, is that we're going to return our beef, which we have here. See? This is our ground beef that we cooked. Look at that. I'll show you there. And I'm going to go ahead and show you right there. Look at that. This is our ground beef with the bacon. Look at this. You got the little bacon pieces. Yum, yum, yum. I'm telling you. This is going to taste so good with that bacon. You know? That's my little secret, my little flavor that I do there. Okay? So what you've done here is, as you see here, I am frying my onion with my celery. I'm going to add a dash of my chicken broth. Okay? because I want this to cook and stay nice and soft. Okay, so as you see here, look at that. We have added a little bit of our chicken broth. We've got the sauce that's forming in the bottom. See that? Look at that. So here you have your celery. I have my parsley, and I have my onion. Okay, so you want to go ahead and cook this on medium to high heat. All right. Once you do that, we're gonna go ahead and add our ground beef to this. Again, we have 1 cup of chicken broth, and I just added a little bit more to that. All right. As I said, people have different versions. The main dirty rice has chicken gizzards, and some people use it with pork. They use either ground beef. If you don't like ground beef, you can use ground turkey. And as you see, I've used some bacon. You don't have to use the bacon. Some people don't eat pork, and that's fine. So we've added our onion, our celery. Let me show you. See, look what's going on. Okay. So to this, now what we're going to go ahead and do is I am going to go ahead and add remember the ground beef that we cooked with the bacon? I'm going to go ahead and add it to my pan. Okay. So as you see here, we have just added, all right, I've re-added my meat to the seasoning. Now, this is a dish you can do and eat it on the side with something else, or it can be your main dish and you eat it with some salad on the side. I'm telling you, this is really, really good, okay? If you've never had dirty rice, you can make your own dirty rice, all right? So as you see here, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I had some ground beef, and I didn't want spaghetti. And I just had a taste for some rice. So this is how we got here. So as you see here, I've added, you see how ground beef right there? We have our ground beef, we have our celery, we have our onion, we have our parsley. Our next item, so what we're gonna do now is I cooked, for 1/2 pound of ground beef, I cooked 2 cups of rice. So see right there? What we're gonna do is, I'm gonna go ahead and flake the rice up. Now, see right here, I don't know if you guys do this or not. I cook with bay leaf. There you go. When I make my rice, I put my bay leaf in there. Okay. And so you want your heat kind of low to medium. You don't want it too high. You don't want your beef to burn up a little bit. Okay. So what I'm going to do is go ahead, and this is 2 cups of rice that I've cooked here. Okay. So it's easier, I find, that if you cook the rice and mix everything together after, than having to go put raw rice in there. So this is what we've got, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and add, I've got 2 cups of rice, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and add it to my pan, all right? And I wanna make sure that the bottom, I didn't get anything burned. My rice cooked out perfectly, okay? So as you see here, we've gone ahead and added our rice to our pan. So you're gonna go ahead and mix your rice with your beef that you have here. Can you see that? I'm gonna show you guys on camera in a minute, okay? I don't know what's going on in Facebook land, but I don't see anything going on in there, so I hope they didn't do it because of the music. Facebook, I don't own rights to the music, so hopefully that didn't mess up my thing. All right, so as you see here, I'm gonna get my little spatula because this is gonna give me an easier way to mix my rice. So here we go. We are making some dirty rice, guys. I'm telling you, if you like dirty rice, you can make your own. I got my heat on low right now because I don't want this to burn, right? And then remember our chicken stock. I have a cup, but I'm not going to use the entire thing because with dirty rice, you don't want it to be too dry, but you don't want it to be overly, overly moist, overly soft. You don't want it, drizzling with liquid. So I would say for that amount of rice and that amount of meat, 1 cup of chicken stock is plenty. Okay, so this is what we've done. I am looking forward to this, guys. Look at this, look at this, look at this. I'm going to show you this in a minute. Okay, I know I'm going to show you guys my backside here. But what I'm going to do is, see now I have my rice there. I am going to go ahead and add my tomatoes, okay? I add just half of a medium-sized tomato because I like the way it tastes with the tomato. If you don't like tomatoes with it, you don't have to do it. but I like it with the tomatoes. But you don't have to do that if you don't like it, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue to stir this, guys. So what we've made here is we've made our dirty rice, guys, with the bacon flavor, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more of my chicken stock. Again, no more than a cup of chicken stock. You don't need a whole lot of liquids because it doesn't take a lot because your rice is already cooked, guys, okay? So I wanna show you what this looks like, all right? So as you see here, this is what we've made. We have made some dirty rice, guys. I hear it's, folks from New Orleans like this, but this is my own version. So let me show you. Bring the camera. I'm going to bring the camera closer to you. Look at that. Can you see that? Yum, yum, yum. This is my version of dirty rice. Let me bring the camera. Facebook, you guys see this? Look at that. Look at that. Oliver, we made dirty rice. Okay? This pan is very, very heavy right now because I've got 1 pound of ground beef. If you had some chicken liver, you would add about maybe a 1/4 pound of chicken liver to it. All right. We have our celery, we have our onion, we have our tomato. If you're on Facebook watching this, go to my YouTube and subscribe, please. I have Best of Both Worlds. Today is my first time actually live streaming on this YouTube. I appreciate you guys coming to take a look. I know everybody's busy watching the game, but this is one easy meal to make. Again, like I said, you can eat this on its own as it is, with some lettuce, some salad, or with a piece of fried chicken, with some shrimp, whatever you call it. But because it has the ground beef and the rice, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys again what this looks like. You really don't need another meal with it. It's a meal in itself. Look at that. Look at that. Woo-wee. Dirty rice, guys. Dirty rice. Let me show you. Look at that. I better not drop this. I'd be mad. Look at that. So, it's pretty much cooked because your ground beef is already cooked. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, actually. I'm going to leave it on the stove just to kind of like simmer a little bit. But it's pretty much cooked because your rice is already cooked. You cooked your ground beef already. You cooked your vegetables. Everything is cooked. So it doesn't need to cook that much longer. I turned off the stove, and I'm going to let it simmer for maybe about another 5 minutes. It doesn't need a whole lot, okay? Again, thank you for coming in. Please subscribe, either below, above, I don't know. This YouTube thing is all new to me. I've had the channel up for a little bit, but I really haven't done a whole lot with it. And so I'm hoping to get my subscriptions up. I appreciate you guys coming in. I know it is Saturday night. Again, I am in the process of writing this stick. Here we go. The reason why I'm like looking over here, because I've got my YouTube over there and I've got my Facebook Live over here. Today's my first time, guys, doing the YouTube. I want to try to get more to YouTube because, as I said, I did a video not too long ago and I had 9,000 views on my video, guys. So I said it's time to do the Facebook. So you guys know that I'm in the process of writing this cookbook. I was supposed to write it last year. It didn't happen. Life happened, had things to do. But I am determined. It's a new year, 2020, new vision. So my goal is I'm going to get it done. I got to get it done. But the part of the video is doing this and getting my name out there, okay? So I appreciate you guys coming in and looking. And I'm looking for a prosperous year and making my mark in this world. Again, thank you for watching. Mwah, mwah. Love you guys. Again, if you're watching this on Facebook or you're playing on replay, please go to my YouTube channel. It's called Best of Both Worlds Cookbook. I will go ahead and add it on my page so you guys can just click on it if you need to. Again, if you're on YouTube world watching this, I am not new to cooking. I've been cooking since I was 12. I love to cook. Cooking is my passion. So I have a lot of authentic West African meals, Cape Verdean meals, Portuguese meal, French meals. I have all of these things in my head and I want to put it in a cookbook. So that's my goal for doing that, okay? So again, thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys. And remember that, in everything in life, be the best version of yourself, all right? Mwah. Thank you. I'm going to turn this off right here. Finish. And I'm gonna go ahead and stream. Oh my goodness. Come on. Here we go. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. And I am on Facebook as Best of Both Worlds and hashtag Evelyn's Kitchen. You can find me on Facebook. Hashtag Evelyn's Kitchen is where all my videos are. And I hope to have as many videos here as I have there. Thank you.